LDBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and break down this whole, Santa Cruz, Frampton, Rigondeaux, and Lomachenko situation. I'm gonna break this down, okay? And I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what the problem is, and I'm gonna tell you guys this, and I'm gonna tell y'all the honest to God truth, okay? You see, there's a common denominator with all these fighters, okay? It's Bob Arum, okay? There's a common denominator. It's Bobby Arum, okay? Bob Arum pretty much is a common denominator when it comes to some of these mega fights not getting made. You see, a lot of you would like to deflect the attention and try to say, well, it's Al Heyman's fault. But guys, all we've been getting is good fights from Al Heyman. I'm sorry, I can't even put Al Heyman in this category or this conversation. I just can't do it, okay? You see, here's the thing. Lomachenko, I don't even blame him for any of this because Lomachenko has been very vocal. He's been very vocal about wanting to fight Rigondeaux, and he's been very vocal about wanting to fight Nicholas Walters. Now, let's think about this for a minute. Whenever a mega fight with Lomachenko really about to happen, I'm talking about a mega fight, a real mega fight, with two dangerous opponents, for some reason, there's a money issue. Now, let's try to fathom this for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. There's a money issue when Lomachenko is about to fight these two dangerous fighters. Now, Lomo, I'm sure, I'm pretty sure he believes that he can beat him. And I even picked Lomo to beat Walters. I don't pick Lomachenko to beat Rigondeaux, but I pick him to beat Walters, okay? So Lomo don't have a problem fighting these dudes. The person with the problem is Bob Arum. And I keep telling y'all that this dude is a snake. And when y'all gonna start listening to Coach Doesnt, because I'm gonna tell y'all, Bob Arum will let it be known. I promise you, Bob Arum gonna tell on himself. He always do, okay? There's always a money issue. Have you guys noticed that? When it comes to Rigondeaux, when it comes to Walters, there's a money issue, and somebody gets lowballed. See, because Lomachenko was like, okay, Walters, I'll give you $500,000 of my money. Like, that's how bad Lomachenko wanted this fight. Lomachenko told Rigo, hey, I'm gonna come down to 124 to fight you. I'll come down to the catch weight. But that catch weight is going to be null and void because Rigo called out Carl Frampton. So that 124 catch weight, he got to throw that out the window. That's not going to happen, okay? He going to have to fight. If he fight Lomachenko, it's going to have to be at the full 126-pound weight limit. And that's fine. And I don't think Rigondeaux would have a problem with that. I don't think he would at all. I think Rigo would just take the fight. But here's the thing, Lomachenko has been vocal about wanting to fight these guys. But see, now let's think like Bob Arum. Let's think like a businessman. Okay, you see this guy in Rigondeaux. You see this guy in Walters, okay? These guys are destroying dudes, okay? Rigondeaux breaking people's faces, breaking people's jaws, knocking people out. I mean, hurting people with one punch, man. Rigondeaux don't even open up his full offensive assault. He don't even do that. Rigondeaux would throw a punch and put the person away. Like, honestly. And I think Rigondeaux, and I've been analyzing. I'm like, why this dude don't throw a lot of punches, man? Why? I think Rigondeaux man, that he can really seriously injure somebody and probably kill him. Like, I really think that he knows that he can kill somebody. And I think that he just kind of like, okay, well, now let me just win the fight. Because I'm going to tell you, man, when Aghast knocked him down, he got back up. Rigondeaux beat the living hell out of Aghast, y'all. I'm not even playing. Like, he beat the living hell out of Aghast. I'm talking about, man, you look at Aghast's face, man. I mean, Aghast's face was just, it was swollen, man. Like, Rigo just showed no mercy. Could you imagine that Rigondeaux opening that up on Lomachenko? I mean, could you imagine that? And see, Bob Arum, I'm telling you, this man got to be up at night. He's thinking, no, man, I can't put one of my cash cows in the ring with Rigo. I can't do it. Because if I do, there's a possibility that I could lose my cash cow. Rigondeaux is too good. He's too good. He's really, really and truly, he's just too good. Okay? He's too good. And if Bob Arum would even think, man, let me put Lomachenko in the ring with Rigondeaux. And if Rigondeaux breaks somebody's face, do you know how long it takes for that to recover? It took Aghast a long time to recover from that beatdown he got from Rigondeaux. Like, when somebody break your face and break your jaw, you just don't come back. You have to rehab that, man. I mean, you have to have surgery. I mean, there are a lot of things that go into getting your jaw broke. People, that's just the way that is. I mean, that's just the way that is. If it was a broken nose, that's not that serious. But Rigondeaux is breaking these dudes' orbital bones, breaking their jaw. I mean, no, Bob Arum can't have that, y'all. Guys, you got to understand, Bob Arum can't have that. They can't. And so there's a reason why Rigondeaux is always getting lowballed. Nicholas Walters is going in there hurting these dudes. I mean, he called himself the damn Axe Man. Walters is coming in there and he's completely decimating these dudes as well. And you got to think, man. See, think like a businessman. See, you got these talented prospects. You got these talented fighters, man. And see, Bob Arum's so darn stupid, man. He didn't even know what he had with Rigondeaux. He didn't know what he had. Because you know what I'd be doing, man? If Rigondeaux was beating up everybody and I say he was boring, you know what I'd be doing? I'd be like, hey, Rigondeaux, look, man, let's fight at a higher weight class. Yeah, let's do that. Let's fight some of these guys. You know what? I'll put Rigo in as many challenging fights as I could where, you know, it'll be on an even playing field. Because when he fighting these dudes at 122, there's no even playing field. I'll throw him in there with a 130 pounder because that's an even playing field, because it'll take a lot more damage for him to beat him. He would still beat him, but you know what? I would have built Rigondeaux as the giant killer. That's what I built. Man, Rigondeaux was a huge moneymaker. Bob Arum was just too dumb to see it. Nicholas Walters is a moneymaker. Bob Arum just too stupid to see it. Like, you can't see it. Like, this man can beat everybody. Like, man, he didn't see it. All Bob Arum saw was, look, these two guys, they're going to totally destroy my guys. That's all Bob Arum could see. These two guys are going to destroy my roster. I ain't going to have fighters at that weight class to keep the money in-house. People, that's just how it is. Now, let's get to Carl Frampton and Scott Quigg and Leo Santa Cruz, okay? So Rigo calls these guys out. Call them out as well. We can't blame Al Heyman, because Al Heyman was ready to make that fight. Heyman was ready. Santa Cruz and Father, they didn't want no piece of that. Carl Frampton didn't want no piece of Guillermo Rigondeaux. People, that's just the way that is. And it's proof. He don't want he don't want none of that, man. They don't want to see their boy Frampton be beat up. Because I want you to look at that photograph of Aghast. I want you to look at that photograph of what's that other dude who got his face broke? Check that photograph of Aghast out, and check out that photograph of Jazza Dickens. Look at those photographs. Do you not think that did you not think that Carl Frampton wasn't watching that fight? Did you not think that Leo Santa Cruz wasn't watching that fight? They were watching that fight. Oh, they were sitting there live watching that fight, and they were sitting in their couch, and they were thinking, dang, that's what he'll do to me if I get in there. And he would dismantle Santa Cruz a whole lot better. I think Carl Frampton stand a better chance against Rigondeaux. I mean, I think Frampton is a better technician, and at least he would last all 12 rounds. I don't see Rigondeaux knocking him out, but Rigondeaux would hurt him. Oh, yeah, Rigondeaux would be hurting that dude, man. Frampton would go 12. Santa Cruz, I don't know. I don't think he'd make 12 rounds with Rigondeaux, man. I think Rigondeaux, since Santa Cruz is so stationary, Rigondeaux would bust this dude up so bad, man, that he would have to quit in the corner. People, that's just the way that is. But see, notice, don't slip on Bob Arum, because I'm telling y'all, Bob Arum did a good job as a businessman, but he did a horrible job as a promoter trying to promote these fights. And that's why the pay-per-view model is going out of business. That's why. See, that's why Al Heyman has already figured out this PBC pay-per-view is going to be a thing of the past, I'm telling y'all. Because see, why not watch the fight on network TV? Have the sponsors and the network pay you. You pay your fighters. You can pay your fighters what you ask for. Because see, guess what? These networks and these sponsors, they're going to want to get on television because people are going to be wanting to watch the fights. It's an ingenious plan.